Buffalo Bills James Cook was just on IG Live stating that he wants $15 million a year. And in this video, we're going to dissect the current James Cook contract and ultimately what the Buffalo Bills should do and maybe what else they are considering. James Cook was an absolute stud and star for the Buffalo Bills in 2024. 2025, he still is under contract, but the base salary at only $5.1 million. So James Cook, knowing that he has been an absolute stud and star for the Buffalo Bills, has been balling out, he definitely wants to redo his contract, get signed for a long-term deal, and I think he's definitely deserving of one. So this article states he's in the final year of his contract. He's set to make $5.83 million, which is his rookie deal. Clearly much better than what he was as a rookie. He's a 25-year-old Pro Bowler, and he said on Instagram Live on yesterday, that he is looking for $15 million a year. So while he was live, he pinned a comment stating that he wanted $15 million a year. James Cook is coming off one heck of a season. He had 1,000 rushing yards and he recorded 258 total receiving yards. 16 rushing touchdowns were a career best and tied with Derrick Henry and Jahmyr Gibbs for the most in the NFL. And you really look at the body type of James Cook, he's not necessarily the biggest, but he's still getting touchdowns, which is great to see. And I've always been saying that he reminds me of Chris Johnson. I've been calling him JC2K because of his ability to potentially hit 2,000 all-purpose yards in a single season. I mean, he's around 1,500 all-purpose yards, so an even better season out of James Cook. He could easily hit 2,000 all-purpose yards. Looking into this comment, can the Bills move on from James Cook and still contend for years? And we're really looking at some players out there like Myles Garrett, Max Crosby. We're looking at guys that can come in here, help this defense that we would actually have to trade for. And knowing that James Cook is under the final year of his contract, I mean, it's a favorable contract for any team looking to acquire him. And I think James Cook has already proved himself this past year, how dynamic of a player he actually is. So would the Bills actually consider giving up a piece in James Cook for maybe a Max Crosby, for maybe a Myles Garrett? Now, looking at this here, I really think that James Cook is a dynamic player and it would be tough to lose him. But when you look at what the Buffalo Bills have in the background with Ray Davis as a rookie last year and what he was able to accomplish, I think could be that lead back for the Buffalo Bills. And sure enough, the Bills have Ty Johnson, who would need to be re-signed, but the best third down back in the NFL last season. So still managing a dual purpose, a 1-2 punch with Ray Davis, Ty Johnson, not having James Cook, giving that up for a Myles Garrett, for Max Crosby. You know, like, you have to really study that and determine whether that's going to make your team better, if we're going to take a step back, what's the long-term picture on those things. And I think Brandon Beane, Sean McDermott, they should definitely be considering that. Now, what I think the Buffalo Bills would benefit from doing here is, you know, especially if we get to the end of next season, you know, tagging James Cook. But the thing is, tagging a player really rubs people the wrong way, right? James Cook clearly admitting here he wants $15 million a year. He's admitting that he wants a new contract. His older brother has gone on Twitter and social media to be like, sign the man, pay the man. So the writing's on the wall that James Cook wants to get paid. And I think the longer this goes on, the more you kind of upset the player, right? So I think the Bills are definitely going to make a move with either re-signing James Cook, or would they actually consider trading him for a defensive player, which would be completely mind-blowing, but you can never put it past Brandon Beane. And we kind of saw a resurgence from the running back position this past year with Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry really owning and dominating games. I think the running back position is just proving its worth still in the NFL. So understanding that the Buffalo Bills might franchise tag James Cook eventually, the tag for James Cook would be $15 million a year. So he basically wants what the franchise tag is going to be, and it would just make sense for the Buffalo Bills. James Cook stating that he wants $15 million a year, and this is really saying that it's not unreasonable. And there's another reason why it's not unreasonable, because if the Bills were, even if this was the final year, if he was up for contract extension, the Bills could apply the franchise tag in 2026, and the 1-year tenure would be close to $15 million. So James Cook saying, like, I want $15 million a year, and the franchise tag right now is pretty much close to $15 million. I think that's a great price, because $15 million is an average of the top salaries in the NFL, and James Cook is clearly a top 10, a top 5 running back, and will be a top 5, top 10 running back for many years to come. Clear that James Cook wants a long-term contract and wants some stability here. I'm sure he's wondering, am I going to get traded? Is that even a possibility here? I mean, we've seen crazier things happen, but ultimately it seems like he wants to be here long-term. I think he had the best season of his career clearly last year with his Aaron Cromer offensive line and Joe Brady and everything that's we're doing here with Josh Allen. It's just a great situation to be in. You hear how close this team was, tight-knit bond, everything. I think James Cook fits in so well to that. But he could ultimately hold out for the Buffalo Bills, and you could ruffle some feathers there. So we have to see what Brandon Beane's going to do. I think James Cook is totally deserving of the $15 million, but would we consider him as this puzzle piece that we give away in order to maybe get something in return and allocate things to a different position and also side of the football? I appreciate you guys all so much. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe for future content. Check the links down below to the description. I've been pushing Course Careers. That's personally how I started my full-time, fully remote job. It's enabled me to have a more fulfilling life, to work remotely, have a higher income. I was working 13 years in Kenmore, New York as a property manager, driving, commuting, asking for more money, never got more money, busting my ass to get more money and still nothing in return. And now I'm being rewarded for my hard efforts. I found a career that fits me. Course Careers has free introduction courses and videos that kind of teach you about each and every single career, like what your day-to-day will be like and what you would actually be doing. You get a good sense of what that career path actually is. And if you decide, hey, look, this is a great fit for me, I'm more introverted, I'm extroverted, whatever that is, purchase the full course, use my link, you'll get $50 off. 2 bi-weekly payments at $150 a piece too, but I would not recommend anything that I didn't truly believe in. Check out Course Careers, starts for free, it's linked down below in the description. Appreciate you guys, hit like, subscribe, and go Bills.